Hey guys, so I'm out here in the other garage. Today's video is all going to be about getting the tractors that we split apart prepped and ready for paint. So I already did one, well, one half of one. I cut off the front weight bracket because I can't stand the odd shaped weights, and shaped the back end for a new rear end kit. So it originally started like this. Show you how we get this done. Hopefully my camera will stay up here like I'm thinking it will. Maybe. There we go. Hopefully that works. Bandsaw, safety glasses. That's why I wear these for sunglasses, because they are safety glasses. So you just want to cut right. There's a dent in the casting, essentially where the what I want to call it, the bracket that holds the weights would bolt on. That's where I cut there. On the back end, you want to cut all the way around this rear planetary up to the notch where the cab is. So we'll start with the front end. Sharp bandsaw blade really helps. I got new ones on order, but even with prime shipping, it's going to take them 7 days to get here. Because nobody in this town carries a 62-inch bandsaw blade. Okay, so I've kind of cut everything you can really cut easy. So what I like to do is make a lot of little cuts. Let me turn this thing, see it. A lot of smaller cuts along that planetary. So when I go over to the sander, it can just mow right through it. Okay, so like I was saying, a lot of little cuts. See if I can set this up somehow for you guys to watch. Slide those over. These flexible stands are nice, but man, they can get awkward. I see it flashing. It's about to go dead. Hopefully this lasts. Just come along here. Bingo. Shaved real nice. About as good as it's going to get. Next step, throw them in the lacquer thinner. Let them soak for a day or two. Got trucks in there from a different video. Anyways, throw them in here, let them soak for a day or two. That paint will come off nice and easy. Then we'll be ready to start getting them prepped for paint. Okay guys, while the big heater over there is off and it's quiet in here, let's do the next step on stripping down the 8Rs. I'm impatient. They've only been in there a couple hours, but I took a look. I could see the paint peeling up like crazy. So let's get after it. First thing I do is put on gloves for this part, because I do not want this on my hands. If you have little nicks and cuts, I've found out it burns like crazy. And it's probably just good to be safe and not put chemicals on your hands anyways. So I got a pair of pliers out here that are surprisingly getting all nasty from sitting out here. I'm being sarcastic there. So here is one half of a tractor. Look at that paint, just peeling right off. So I love that. So I'm gonna take this brush, I'm gonna go scrub it. I'm gonna run over here to the trash can, then I'll come back. All right, so hopefully there's not a shadow here and you can see this. So we're 95% bare metal. So what we'll do now, I've got the brush here on the drill. We'll use it to clean everything, kind of buff it up a little bit. You don't want to get too aggressive because this will kind of indent the metal a little bit. You don't want that. And it's not going to get perfect. There's going to be a lot of little edges and stuff you're not going to get cleaned out. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. I don't know. Maybe you guys can see it all right. It's pretty clean. I like it. Okay, this is 1/2 of tractor number 1. So 5 tractors, 10 halves, 9 to go. Here we go. Okay guys, so the 8Rs are stripped and ready for parts and assembly. So when it comes to the cab, I've got the handrails for the cab and handrails for the step, beacons, mirrors, flashers. So I believe that's everything there. For the rear end, I have, some of them will get the 3-point style, some of them are going to get bareback. And what else we got here? Here is the bracket for the weights on the front, suitcase weights, dual spacers, tire weights. What else am I missing? For ones that aren't going to have duals, I've got the 3D printed rear dual hubs. I got to double check which tractors I pulled now. I've been waiting on parts for them, so it's been a while since I stripped the paint. So I'm trying to remember what all I got. Oh, and hopefully today or Monday, the front axles show up, because I ordered those from a guy who prints them in brass now. And they turned out pretty nice last spring, so I'm running those again. So anyways, I'm going to get parts cut up once I remember what I need for sure on all of them. Because I did like 5 of them that day I stripped paint. So I need to figure out what all parts I need for sure, and then I'll get them soaking in lacquer thinner back here. I let them soak in there for about a minute. Not softens them up. It takes the wax coating off or any other material that's left from printing. I'll let them dry out and then start grouping them with their tractors so we can get moving on. Well, as luck would have it, the new front axle showed up while I was filming the last bit and cutting everything apart. So there we have it, 5 8R tractors, all their parts laid out. Time for a bath. Okay guys, got all the parts cleaned and ready for the 8Rs. Now it's time to start putting together the front wheel, axle, spindles, tie rod, all that. So the tie rod, the ends are really tight when they come. So what I already did was take a Dremel with cutting blade, so it's the narrow blade. Worked my way through there real slow. Got that opened up. You got to be real careful because you will just bend these all crazy like. As you might be able to see in that one, there's a little bit of a bend. But anyways, so then the spindle, you take the spindle and then you push the axle, we'll just call it the axle through to where it's flush. Glued those in place. So I got all those ready. And then I went ahead and finished 2 so I can show you the finished product. So you have, on the axle, you have a flat side and kind of an angled side. Flat side is the back side. So I went ahead and used just regular pins. Like a lot of kits use. Just regular pins. So one through the top of each spindle to hold them in place, and then one through each connection of the tie rod. So now I have a working front axle ready to go. So 2 down. I'm going to get these other 3 knocked out. And then we are ready to put the two halves of the tractor back together with those in place. Glazing putty to start drying. Yeah, we're ready to keep moving along. Alright, so axles assembled, ready to go. They just fit right into the notches from the original axle, like so. Don't hit it with your other hand. And like so. That's how you put them in. So, what I would do now is put a line of glazing putty along the hood here, set that axle in place, boom, and then I'll put a drop or two of super glue on the bottom to keep this thing closed up, and it will look like this. So this guy is ready for the next step. I will cut off and sand all that, and on the front, then we are ready to glue on the hitch and off to... Oh, the other thing you do with the putty, the 3 rivet holes. Fill them in as smoothly as possible because it is very, very hard to sand them. Yeah, I think they'll work. But don't fill in your exhaust. And do not fill in the hole for the ladder because you are going to need those coming up. Other than that, I'm ready to go hit these with Dremel and sander. Okay guys, so I'm out in the garage. Not sure if the lighting out here is very good for video, but it is what it is. So, let's get going. Got a sanding bit, I guess you'd call it, on the Dremel. And all we want to do is just kind of take off that top overlap. I'd say that one is good. Trim up any excess. Gotta make sure you trim up on the back too, or your cab won't fit. Then smooth out where the weight bracket will go. Anything on the side. If you don't get your rivet holes really smoothed out with a screwdriver or something like that you put it on with, you might have to trim it up just a little bit. There you go. 8R. Let's head back inside. Okay, so the 3-point and rear hitch is glued on. This thing is finally ready for paint. I don't put on the front weight bracket and weights or rock box, whatever, because I want paint to get better coverage. So I'll paint those separate and glue on later. So, 8R, finally ready for a coat of primer. Hey guys, before I go start shooting paint, I'm going to go ahead and split the video here. So that is how you go from a strip tractor to prepped and ready for paint. So next video, I will start shooting primer, show you guys that whole process. In the meantime, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video.